Hi guys, it's Michaela and welcome back to my channel and for a get ready with me for the month of September. Just to start off with, I'm going to go in with my E.L.F. Mint Melt Primer. This is just kind of a series I do on my channel where I go over some makeup I've reviewed for the month, get my thoughts on it, as well as just kind of give some life updates. Overall, the month of September was not that exciting. I am in my third trimester of pregnancy now. I've been there since about the beginning of the month. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes eyeshadow palette on my IT Cosmetics brush. I got this is part of the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale, but I'm going to start in with the shade Seashell and hit that in my crease. But overall, next I'm going to take my finger and put the shade Shimmering Pearl all over the lid. Overall, the month was not that exciting, I would say. I'd say it was good, but I'd say we're just kind of in the middle of just everyday life right now. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take my Persona Identity palette and go in with the shade Audacious on just another IT Cosmetics brush, and I'm going to take that in the deeper crease and outer corner of my eye. But yeah, overall, good month. I am in my third trimester of pregnancy. As far as pregnancy goes, it's been a good pregnancy. It really has been. I'm a little bit more worn out this time around compared to where I was in my previous pregnancies. But I think it's just because it's the third one, and each pregnancy tends to get a little bit harder, but I think that's just pretty common throughout. I'm not miserable, although I am miserably pregnant. I'm not miserable in terms of I could be a lot worse. So it has been a good pregnancy. Next I'm going to take the shade, it's Seductive mixed with Gold Digger, and I'm going to put that on the center of my lid just using a Luxie 209 brush. So it could definitely be worse. I think it's just part of being at this stage, and we're nesting, we're getting everything ready to go, and it's just right now it's just a bunch of baby prep and work, and we're just kind of in a prepping phase right now, and it's good because I get to nest, I get to do, I enjoy this stage for this reason, because I have these urges to want to just get things in order, and I'm able to do more of that now. So it's been just a lot of prepping lately. This is not wanting to blend out. I've done this look like 3 times, but the day I decide to film it, it wants to not work. There's a whole lot of fallout right there, but that's okay. I'm going to just take my finger and go into the shade Seductive. I'm just taking this here. I'm just going to try and get that blend in. I've done this look like 4 times this month. It's been like my go-to look for fall while I've been testing out these palettes. But yeah, it's been I'm pregnant and we're prepping. We're definitely in the prepping phases. I'm going to go back and take the lid shade, Shimmering Pearl, put that all over my lid. And we're just kind of enjoying it, just trying to just kind of enjoy just being at the stage of life we're at. It's definitely a hectic stage, but it's a good stage. It really is, and I really am enjoying it. Alright, I think that's probably good for the upper lash line there. I'm going to go ahead and go into my beauty blender, my Estee Lauder Hydra Rescue Foundation here. If you missed my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty haul, it should be up by now. I believe it's going up before this video, so if it is, I will link it down below. And then I'm just going to go ahead and spray my face with the Manna Kadar hydration. It's the hydrating mist. But yeah, we're enjoying life where we're at right now, and life is good. It's hectic, but it's good, and I love it, and we're doing good. I'm excited. I'm excited for baby. I'm excited for us. I'm excited for life, and just looking forward to what's to come. And so yeah, I did pick up this beauty blender. It's the official beauty blender. in the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I like it. I wouldn't say I love it. I wouldn't say it's anything super special, because you really have to be careful with, like, you have to spray the spray in order for it to work, whereas I feel like if I use the Real Techniques blenders, they work without needing to be sprayed. Normally I like to just spray my face and then put my product on my blender, but with this it's a little bit harder. I'm going to go with my Bare Minerals Bare Pro Stick Concealer. I have mine in the shade Fair Light, and I am going to go ahead and just place that in all the areas I like to conceal. And again, this is okay. I kind of did a review video on my Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty haul. I wouldn't say this is my favorite concealer of all time. It's a little bit drying, but it definitely works. So yeah, definitely just life. It's good. It's, you know, it's where we were a year ago. My husband was still recovering from his brain injury, and now, you know, I have to say he pretty much is fully recovered now, and I think that's awesome. Whereas, you know, not that long ago we were looking at an unknown future, and now we can kind of see where it is and where we're going. And you know, you never know the future, because you never just know what God's plans are for your life or where God's going to take you. But we're no longer in a phase of we're always in a phase of unknown. We're always in a phase of we got to be open to like God's plans and what he has in store for us, but we're no longer in a phase where we're worried about what may or may not happen. Alright, let's go into the lower lash line. I'm going to pick up the shade Audacious again in my Persona palette and just buff that underneath. But yeah, we're no longer in a phase where it's like we're worried about the day-to-day. Where things are doing good, things are, you know, you never know what plans are going to be, and you never know what day-to-day is going to be, and it's just kind of like I have a hard time because I like knowing things. But the fact that we're in a phase of we're able to really just kind of say this is what we want to do, hopefully it'll work, and just not as, I guess I hate saying the word no and plan for the future, but we're in a place where we can prepare better, whereas a year ago we just didn't know what to think or prepare for this time in our lives. So it's good in that sense of it's just kind of like relieving. I'm going to go ahead and just highlight my inner corner with this shade Shimmering Pearl here. So it's been good in the sense of, you know, there are still struggles, things are still going on, things are still happening, but the miracles compared to a year ago have been phenomenal. The miracles that God has performed in our lives and the way we just feel and the way like we've seen it, it's just like you can't explain it, because it's so personal and so God's always in control. And it's hard because it's like you want to control everything, but unfortunately there is so little that we can control in our lives. I went ahead and did my mascara off camera, and I used my Maybelline False Lash Effect Mascara. Anyway, next I'm going to go in with my Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Duo in the shade Sunkissed Bronzed. I'm going to just go ahead and take the glowy bronzer shade here and mix a little bit of the matte shade. But as I was saying, there's just so much that we cannot control in our lives, and I feel like there's so much that, at least for me, I want to control, that I forget that it's like, no, God's in charge, not me. Even though things can get scary at times, you know, there's a lot of people who've just lost loved ones and gone through things, and it's like God is in control, and sometimes you're like, God, where are you? But at the same time, it's like he's like, I'm right here, you just gotta trust me. And even I fail at that. You know, I fail at that a lot, because I do want to be in control. I do want to be in control of my plans and what I want for my life and what I want to do in my life. And the fact that I'm not, it's like a hard reality to me, and I struggle with that deeply, because all I want is for things to be good all the time, and unfortunately that's just not the reality. I'm going to take the Monochromatic Blush Duo again from Cover FX in the shade Soft Peach, and I'm just going to just mix these two together and just pop that on my cheeks. And I wish that there was more that I could do and control, and I want things to be good. You know, I refuse to do things like watch the news and, even sit on negative social media for too long. Like social media in general, it can be pretty negative. I mean, there are certain platforms that are better than others, I feel like, but when it comes to just watching the news, it's just so negative that I'm like, I want to hear good things. I don't want to just dwell on the bad. And I feel like for me, that's a huge way to keep me calm, is by not watching that stuff and not being scared by that. I feel like it's helped me out a lot just staying away from a lot of that. Though, yeah, I know we need to know what's going on, but at the same time, do we need to know what's going on to the extent of it takes our eyes off of who God is or what we need to do? I'm going to go ahead and take my Colourpop Supershock highlight in the shade Flexitarian. And I feel like there's just that line of when it starts causing negativity, that's when it becomes no longer healthy, because, again, you're just more worried about what you cannot control. Whereas if I stay off of a lot of that, I feel like my eyes are more focused on who God is and who I am as a Christian than what's going on in the world. I'm going to go ahead and take my Ofra Long Lasting lipstick in the shade Bel Air. And I feel like it's a nice kind of a soft, warm nude shade just for this look I've got going on today. I've kind of got like more fall, kind of just nice look going. But yeah, I trust those around me enough to know who are into that stuff. Those that I trust tell me what's going on if it is something that we do need to worry about in our personal lives. But for me, it's one of those things that when it causes negative to a point to where it takes my eyes off of who God is, that's when I need to stop it. And that's usually when I'll take like social media breaks, or maybe I won't post a video that I typically would like to post on that day. I try to post Tuesdays and Fridays with some videos mixed in, but sometimes I'll skip a day because I'm not focused on where I need to be in the moment. And just whatever you're going through, it's nothing that God cannot handle. It's nothing that, you know, though it's beyond our control, and though that's a harsh reality, nothing is beyond who God is. And that's where I struggle to stay sometimes, and that's where I struggle to say, you know what, you are in control. And as much as I'd love to be in control over everything in my life, I'm just not. I'm going to go ahead and just use this setting spray from CoverFX, the one that came in the gift with purchase set. I honestly don't like this, but I just want to use it at this point, and it's almost done. I'm going to have to get my beauty blender, tap the rest out onto it, so I'll be right back. Alright, I'm just going to open this up. And that's probably the last of uses I've got out of this. Okay, I hope I can open it. But anyway, just anything that I'm just trying to be more diligent about that. Alright, now I'm just going to just take whatever's left here and just dab it all over my face. I actually just like this method better just because I feel like I can get everywhere versus just some places. I'm just going to use the last drop here. But yeah, just, you know, if there are circumstances that are in your life that are not hard, that are not easy, rely on God first and foremost. Rely on your community as well. Your community is very much there for you. Your village of people. Find your village and use them, because they will be there for you no matter what. So, you know, that's another lesson I've learned, is God puts the people in your lives that you need in the moments for the particular seasons. Sometimes they're there long term, sometimes they're just there for a short season, and that's okay, and both are good in their own ways. And just rely on those people, and remember those people for when there are others going through hard times, and then you can be that person for somebody else because God has shaped you through that. Anyway, I know this was kind of a random video. I think this was probably a little bit shorter than my usual monthly Get Readies with me. I have a lot of edits I'm going to have to do with this video, but that's okay. But with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you just enjoyed this short, easy little Get Ready with me, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and I will see you in the next one. God bless, and bye guys.